Hey everyone, welcome to our adventure into the world of salary negotiation. It's a journey many shy away from, but it's packed with opportunities. Did you know, according to a survey by JobVite, a staggering 84% of those who negotiate end up getting higher pay? Yet so many of us hesitate to take this step. Why is this journey important? Well, negotiating your salary is not just about the extra dollars in your bank account. It's about recognizing your worth and taking a step towards financial freedom and career satisfaction. In this series, I'll take you through the strategies, the do's and don'ts, and the lessons learned along the way. We'll explore interesting facts like how a 5% increase in your starting salary can amount to significant earnings over the span of your career. We'll dive into why negotiation is not just a skill, but an essential tool for your career toolbox. From preparing for the big talk to dealing with a no, we'll cover it all. And guess what? Negotiation is not just for the seasoned professionals, it's for everyone. Whether you're starting your first job or stepping into a senior role, these insights are for you. So are you ready to unlock the secrets of negotiating like a pro? Let's embark on this journey together. It's time to turn those negotiation nerves into negotiation wins. Let's go. Chapter 1. The Starting Line. Hey there. I'm starting this journey just like many of you, eager but a bit uncertain. Let me tell you, the world of salary negotiation can seem like a maze. Did you know, according to a survey by salary.com, a whopping 18% of people never negotiate their salary? That's like leaving money on the table. So why talk about salary negotiation? Well, it's simple. Negotiating your salary can make a massive difference in your earnings. Forbes mentions that not negotiating could cost you over $600,000 over the course of your career. That's a big deal, right? My own story began when I got my job offer. I was thrilled but nervous. Should I just accept what's offered? I wondered. But then I remembered reading something fascinating in a book called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. Voss says, negotiation is not an act of battle, it's a process of discovery. That hit home. I realized negotiation isn't about conflict, it's about communication. I decided to see it as a conversation, not a confrontation. This shift in mindset was my first big strategy. Another strategy? Knowing my worth. It sounds simple, but it's crucial. Glassdoor reports that only 39% of candidates negotiate their salary. That means many people don't realize their value. I didn't want to be one of them. I began to research. I learned something interesting. Your starting salary sets the baseline for future raises and bonuses. So, starting strong is key. I spent hours understanding the industry standards, talking to peers, and even practicing my pitch. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that smiling can influence negotiations? A study in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that smiling can help create a positive impression, which might just tilt the scales in your favor. Preparation was my next big move. I jotted down my achievements, quantified my contributions, and aligned them with market rates. Know what you're worth and ask for it, I told myself. I also learned to be flexible. Sometimes it's not just about the money. Benefits like remote work, flexible hours, or education opportunities can be just as valuable. As I prepared, I felt more confident. Negotiation expert Stuart Diamond says in Getting More, emotions are one of the main things that derail communication. Once people get upset at one another, rational thinking goes out of the window. So, staying calm was part of my plan. In this chapter, we're just scratching the surface. But remember, every big journey starts with a small step, and my first step was deciding to negotiate. I want you to take that step too. Remember, it's not just about asking for more money. It's about recognizing and communicating your value. So let's dive into this journey together. In the next chapter, we'll explore some common myths about salary negotiation and why they're just that, myths. Stay tuned, and let's learn to negotiate like pros. Chapter 2. Unlocking the Secrets. Alright, let's bust some myths about salary negotiation. First off, many think it's only for top-level jobs, but that's not true. Whether you're a fresh graduate or a seasoned pro, you have the right to negotiate. Did you know, according to a study by PayScale, only 31% of people feel comfortable negotiating their salary? That means a lot of us are missing out. But why? Often it's fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of seeming demanding. But here's a thought from the book, Women Don't Ask, by Linda Babcock. By not negotiating, you're not just leaving money on the table, you're also leaving life options, job opportunities, and personal fulfillment. Negotiation isn't just about salary, it's about your career trajectory. A fascinating fact I found is that those who negotiate usually earn more than those who don't. Even a small increase can add up over time due to compound growth. Now let's talk strategy. The first step is research. Understand the industry standards for your role. Websites like Glassdoor and Payscale can be goldmines for this kind of info. Next, consider timing. The best time to negotiate? After you've received a job offer, but before you accept it. This is when you have the most leverage. One unique strategy is to focus on the employer's needs. Harvard Business Review suggests framing your skills as solutions to their problems. It's not just about what you want, but how you can help them. Here's an interesting statistic. A survey by Zadie found that only 7% of women attempted to negotiate their salary, compared to 58% of men. Ladies, we need to step up our game here. Prepare your negotiation toolkit. This includes your desired salary range, your achievements, and how they align with the job. Be ready to discuss these points clearly and confidently. Remember, it's a conversation, not a confrontation. The book Getting to Yes by Roger Fisher and William Ury emphasizes the importance of separating people from the problem. Focus on the issue, not personalities. Another key point, don't anchor yourself too low. If you start too low, you might end up with a lower offer than you deserve. Aim high, but be realistic. And what if they say no? Well, no isn't always final. Sometimes it's just the starting point of a deeper discussion. Don't be afraid to ask why and use that information to refine your approach. Here's a tip: practice. Role play the negotiation with a friend. It might feel silly, but it's super effective. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Also, consider non-salary benefits. Maybe it's flexible working hours, additional vacation days, or professional development opportunities. These can be just as valuable as a higher salary. Finally, be ready to walk away. It's your ultimate bargaining chip. If a job doesn't meet your minimum requirements, it's okay to say no. There will be other opportunities. Chapter 3. Preparation is key. Now let's get into the heart of it, how I prepared for my first big salary negotiation. It was a game changer, and I want to share these strategies with you. First up, know your value. It's not just a feel-good phrase. According to a survey by Indeed, only 19% of people negotiated their salary for their current job. That means a lot of us are undervaluing ourselves. I didn't want to be part of that statistic. I started with research. It's like going into a test. The more you know, the better you'll do. I looked up salary ranges for my position, experience level, and region. Websites like LinkedIn and Glassdoor were super helpful. Next, I listed my accomplishments. Concrete achievements speak louder than generic statements. Remember, facts tell, but stories sell. I made sure to quantify my successes, like increasing sales by 20% or improving customer satisfaction ratings. Then, I practiced. And when I say practiced, I mean it. I role-played the negotiation with a friend, switching roles to understand different perspectives. It's like rehearsing for a play. The more you practice, the more confident you become. I also prepared my negotiation toolkit. This included my desired salary, a range, not just a single figure, and my justifications for it. Always aim higher than what you want, so you have room to negotiate down. A crucial part of preparation was understanding the employer's perspective. I thought about what they needed and how I could meet those needs. It's not just about what I wanted, it's about creating a win-win situation. Did you know that, according to a study in the Journal of Organizational Behavior, people who set high goals tend to achieve more than those with lower goals? That's why I aimed high. I also prepared for objections. If they said, "That's too high," I was ready to ask, "What range were you thinking?" It's about keeping the conversation going. Another key strategy was to be flexible. Sometimes it's not just about the base salary. Benefits, bonuses, and work-life balance can be part of the package too. Timing was important. I chose the right moment to bring up the topic, after they offered me the job, but before I accepted. That's when you have the most negotiating power. I learned to be patient. Negotiations can take time. Don't rush it. A study in psychological science found that patience can lead to better outcomes in negotiations. Staying calm was crucial. Stress can cloud your judgment. I took deep breaths and kept my emotions in check. Remember, it's a professional discussion. I also prepared to hear no. It's not the end of the world. It's an opportunity to ask for feedback and possibly open other doors. Lastly, I remembered advice from Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. She says, negotiation is not a battle, it's a process. I kept that in mind throughout. Chapter 4. The Negotiation. Welcome to the chapter where things get real, my first face-to-face salary negotiation. It was a mix of nerves and excitement, but here's how it unfolded, step by step. The big day arrived. I remembered reading in Negotiating Rationally by Max H. Bazerman and Margaret A. Neal. The best negotiators are the ones who prepare the most. So, I walked in prepared. I started the conversation with a positive tone. It's important to set the right mood. A study from the University of Michigan found that negotiations with a positive tone are more likely to result in a better outcome for both parties. First, I expressed my excitement about the position and the company. Gratitude goes a long way. Then, I transitioned into discussing the offer. I presented my case clearly, backed by research and my achievements. I emphasized how my skills aligned with the company's goals. Remember, it's not just about asking for more, it's about showing why you deserve more. I used the range technique. I offered a salary range instead of a single figure. This gave room for negotiation and showed flexibility. According to a study in the Journal of Applied Psychology, this approach is often more successful than presenting a single number. When the counteroffer came, it was lower than expected. Instead of reacting immediately, I paused. A pause can be powerful. It gives you time to think and shows you're considering their offer seriously. I asked open-ended questions. Could you tell me how you arrived at that number? This opens up the conversation and gives you more insight into their perspective. Then came a tricky part. They mentioned budget constraints. I acknowledged their position but reiterated my value, bringing up specific examples of my past achievements. I also discussed non-salary benefits. I suggested possibilities like flexible working hours and professional development opportunities. Sometimes, these can be just as valuable as a salary increase. Negotiations are a two-way street. I listened carefully to their concerns and suggestions. Active listening is key. It shows respect and helps you understand their viewpoint better. Remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. I kept my tone friendly yet assertive. Confidence is important, but so is being approachable. I avoided ultimatums. Phrases like, "This is my final offer," can shut down negotiations. Instead, I kept the conversation open and collaborative. The negotiation took a turn when they asked about my long-term career goals. This was my chance to align my goals with the company's future. It showed them investing in me was beneficial for both of us. After some back and forth, we reached a number closer to my target. It wasn't exactly what I aimed for, but it was a significant improvement. Then remember, it's okay to ask for time to think about the offer. You don't have to say yes or no on the spot. In the end, I accepted the offer. It was a fair deal considering both the salary and additional benefits. This negotiation taught me a lot. It's about preparation, presentation, and patience. It's also about understanding and respecting the other party's position. Chapter 5. Beyond the Table, Life After Negotiation. Now that the negotiation was behind me, it was time to reflect on its impact. Let me walk you through what changed, not just in my paycheck, but in my overall professional journey. Firstly, the increase in salary was a confidence booster. It wasn't just about the money. It was a recognition of my worth. This aligns with what I read in Drive by Daniel H. Pink, where he says, "Motivation comes from feeling valued and valuable." I noticed a shift in how I viewed my job. With better compensation, my engagement and job satisfaction improved. This is backed by research. A study from the University of Warwick found that happiness led to a 12% spike in productivity. But it wasn't just about me. My successful negotiation had a ripple effect. It encouraged some of my colleagues to reevaluate their own worth and consider negotiating their salaries. This experience also sharpened my negotiation skills. As The Art of Negotiation by Michael Wheeler suggests, every negotiation is different, but the basic elements do not change. I became more adept at navigating discussions, whether it was for salary, project resources, or timelines. Negotiating also taught me the importance of empathy. Understanding the other party's perspective is crucial, not just in salary talks, but in every aspect of professional life. There was a learning curve too. I learned the importance of flexibility and the power of non-monetary benefits, which can sometimes be as valuable as a salary increase. The negotiation also impacted my future career moves. With a higher salary base, I had a better starting point for future job negotiations. As a study in the Journal of Human Resources indicated, initial salary has a cascading effect on your career earnings. The process also made me more aware of market trends and where I stood in my industry. This awareness is crucial for any professional, as it informs career decisions. But it wasn't all roses. I had to navigate some initial awkwardness with my boss post-negotiation. It's important to maintain professionalism and a positive working relationship, despite any tough discussions. I also learned to be patient with the process. Sometimes the benefits of negotiation aren't immediate, but they do materialize over time. Moreover, this negotiation journey highlighted the importance of continuous self-improvement. I invested more in learning and developing new skills, knowing that it would aid future negotiations. It also reminded me of the power of preparation. Just like in negotiations, being prepared in your job can lead to better performance and opportunities. Another interesting outcome was an increase in my network. People started reaching out to me for advice on negotiation, which helped me build professional relationships. Most importantly, this experience taught me the value of self-advocacy. As Sheryl Sandberg writes in Lean In, owning one's success is key to achieving more success. In closing, remember that salary negotiation is more than just a one-time event. It's a crucial skill that impacts your career trajectory, professional relationships, and self-esteem.